Our third new state poet laureate is Sandra Feen from Ohio. Congratulations.
Hello. I'm going to begin with something I will confess I wrote about, 3:30 this morning. Sometimes you just get somebody that's as is, someone that doesn't revise, and you get a poet and all her imperfections, and that's me. So there you go. And all I can say is I am elated to be here, and you'll hear a little more about that. Thanksgiving stones. Parents steer other dimensions, and all their yesterdays score my floors. A childhood desk learns my adulthood by the dining room window. Latest lap for Connecticut writing shrine. Black and white photo of Grandpa Reynolds. He pilots a home pride bakery truck on Shelton Road, just below the Monroe Firehouse, and narrowing curve of 1939, the day after Thanksgiving, a chase of snow. A white shell dip pen edges photos frame, then clear glass inkwell with pewter lid, and one a flowered porcelain Limoges, all once wrapped in aprons to preserve Grandma Penzer's Budapest. Dock them first on Ellis Island before New England, before Ohio's now. But the pink marble, marvel this inkwell's chapters, how an old German woman named Mrs. Becker said each time Grandpa Reynolds delivered her orders, his spirit made her want to breathe another morning. And she passed him her favorite heirloom, insisted he must have this limestone with its glass well for ink and possibilities, since he was her well for hope, she said. And he hands it to me on my 10th birthday, because it's only natural that the writer of the family keep this. Well, that was his declaration. So many hands narrate its depth. In the center of my literary altar, a rose bowl, no bigger than a silver dollar, full of wisps of colorful stones, my own story. I bought the palm treasure for a dime when my grandparents sold their cottage by Fall Mountain Lake, and I had to seize all their sacred one last time. Plunge into the water, the muck, grab a fistful of stones. Love your chalice. Stones, solid, permanent, more resilient than all bodies. My mother shared my love for them. My mother knew how hard it was for me to seize the call, stop the car on the middle of my driveway 3 years ago, miss the Connecticut Festival. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good, girl.
Breathe the aura of childhood, ancestry, poetry, one root to miss because of her dying, as if dying were her fault. A sacrifice for someone selfless who always sacrificed for me. Quote, I'll make it up to you, she said. I look out at you, an audience of artists who understand love scattered, love buried, but still burning, rooting, uprooting, pain, renewal, resignation. Here is a polished heart for each of you. Unearth your story, your stone, your stone's depth.
6:30 in the morning. Polished, like a stone.
And then just take one and pass it around. There's a little heartstone for each of you, so just pass it through, okay? I will stop if you want me to stop. You know, I'm one of those people, now you've got me started, now you got to take a cane to pull me off. Okay, so yeah, I don't want to get off now.
Can we drag you out there?
Okay, I will. I'm not sure how long I took, but I won't read any more poems if you don't want me to read any more poems. But I do have a couple things that I need to do. So, and now I'm getting bossy here. I need to at least read one more poem and do one more thing. And the poem that I want to read is not mine. I am immensely grateful to John Burroughs for introducing me to Debbie and the National Beat Poetry community 4 years ago. I would like to read one of his poems to thank him, honor his stellar work, and congratulate him as our National Beat Laureate. As the new Ohio Beat Laureate, he is a tough act to follow, of course, and everyone knows I can never fill his shoes anyway because my shoes aren't as groovy as his. But, you know, what can we say? I would like to read his poem titled Tenacity. Cherry River peace flows yards from Dad's front door. A whole color spectrum blooms between here and there. 6 years ago, the same river submerged this entire city, and Dad's barn and all the treasures it contained floated downstream. When the flood subsided, leaving a Sahara of sand up South Fork, we retreated an unbroken barn panel and out of it made a bridge that we placed over a drainage ditch we had to redig. It now helps irrigate the garden and protect what remains of his property. Found items can make bridges. Flowers and their tenders are sustained by what once destroyed. A dollop of beauty erupts from unavoidable tragedy. Though mourning persists and all beauty eventually fades, life, our preeminent treasure, refuses to relent. It's a wonderful poem, John. Thank you. And thank you for what you've given to me. I got to do with Deb. And John, if you could come up here with me, please. Debbie, we are so grateful to you, and so, as you know, well, maybe you don't know this, but the cardinal is the Ohio bird, and it's also the West Virginia bird, and John is from West Virginia, and we are both Ohio people, and it stands for devotion and nurturing people and showing constant love for others, and that's what you do for poets and poetry. So you're going to find a little cardinal something in that, and our devotion to you, and we thank you so much.
Yeah, right.